The movie opens on New Year's Eve in Baltimore with several parties in full swing. People are drinking and having fun, but suddenly the celebration turns into horror when a mysterious sniper begins shooting from a distance. The sniper appears utterly ruthless, opening fire on several buildings and killing anyone in sight. Not far away, we meet rookie police officer Eleanor, who is caught in the middle of a minor dispute between a cafe owner and a drunk customer. Suddenly, she receives an urgent call ordering all units handling non critical tasks to respond to a nearby plaza. Eleanor immediately heads out, and we learn that the cold blooded snipers already shot 25 victims, 17 of them confirmed dead. Shortly after, Eleanor arrives at a house where a poor teenager has been shot through the window. The police then discover that all the bullets were fired from a 17th floor apartment in the neighborhood. But just as they make this discovery, the same apartment suddenly explodes, throwing the entire building into chaos. Terrified residents begin fleeing in a frenzy. Hearing this, stunned Eleanor starts recording a video in case the shooter tries to escape with the crowd. Next, the police and firefighters head into the smoke filled building, with Eleanor among them. They soon enter the exploded apartment and discover that nobody died there. Meanwhile, Eleanor struggles to breathe in the smoke and briefly loses consciousness. A detective named Mac quickly gives her an oxygen mask and helps her recover. Just then, the chief FBI investigator Geoffrey Lammark arrives. The team informs him that the flat belongs to a Norwegian man who is currently in Oslo. He had received the place as a debt repayment and has been trying to sell it ever since. The scene cuts to the police station where Lamarck briefs the team on key points for the investigation. He later suggests to Deputy Governor Capleton that all highways should be shut down to prevent the murderer from escaping, but Capleton refuses, saying it would cause public panic and damage the governor's image. Later, Eleanor is talking with another cop about the killer, which catches Lamarck's attention. He asks for insight and she suggests the killer is trying to satisfy some kind of inner relief. That's why he killed 29 people, otherwise, he might have stopped after two. A surprised Lamarck asks why he didn't go on to kill more, and Eleanor responds that maybe the killer had satisfied his urge for the night. She also believes he will strike again soon, which leaves Lamarck deep in thought. The next morning, Eleanor gets a call from her superior informing her that Lamarck wants to meet her. The confused officer heads to a cafe where she finds Lamarck arguing with Capleton, who still refuses to take precautionary measures. After Capleton storms off, Eleanor sits with Lamarck, who reveals that he wants her to join the FBI team. Shocked, Eleanor listens as Lamarck explains that it's not just because of a sharp insight, but because she seems to share a damaged state of mind similar to the killer's. Just then, Detective Mac arrives, and Lamarck announces that the three of them will now be working as a team. The trio later arrives at the morgue where a wave of dread hits them as they face the 29 lifeless bodies of the victims. They realize the killer is highly skilled and likely military trained, since no ordinary person could execute so many with such precision. Lamarck notices the victims vary in race, age, and gender, meaning there's no clear pattern. Just then, an officer rushes in with shocking news. The cops have found the killer. The trio arrives at the location where a SWAT team surrounds a building. Another FBI agent, Frank, reveals that the suspect is a teenage boy who lives right above the exploded apartment. During questioning, the boy locked himself inside and threatened to kill everyone. Fang insists the kid fits the profile. He has ADHD, skips school due to bullying, watches ISIS videos, plays violent games, and had even been taken to a gun club. But Lamarck disagrees, doubting the boy is the killer. Eleanor also points out that there was a mattress in the exploding apartment and questions why it would be there if the boy lived above it. Frank ignores her reasoning and the SWAT team breaks in. Panicked, the boy jumps out of the window and falls to his death. Afterward, police confirm he had no weapon, proving it was a false lead. Frustrated, Lamarck orders the painters who had access to the apartment keys 2 years ago to be questioned. Soon Rodney, Haynes, and Dimitri arrive. All three provide solid alibis, but while Rodney seems calm, Haynes and Dimitri are furious about being accused. Days later, at the mall, an old man enters a fitting room. When he returns, his clothes are missing. In the bathroom, a mysterious man is seen washing up. He's the one who stole the clothes. Security tries to stop him, but he escapes and is later caught in the cafeteria while attempting to steal food. Meanwhile, Eleanor is at a gun shop questioning the owner, but her investigation is interrupted by a call about a horrific incident at the mall. When she arrives, her heart sinks. The mall is filled with the bodies of civilians and officers. In the security room, she joins Lammark and Mac to review CCTV footage. They discover the killer is thin, white, and over 6 feet tall, but his face is always hidden by a hood. Eleanor observes that he came to the mall not to kill but to clean up, get clothes, and eat only vegetarian food. Still, the precision of his attack shows elite training. They soon realize his shirt was left behind and could hold DNA evidence, but when officers go to retrieve it, the clothes have already been taken away in the garbage truck. Desperate, Eleanor and Mac rush to the landfill and dig through piles of trash until they finally recover the shirt. Meanwhile, Lamarck faces heavy pressure from his superiors and Capleton, who only care about the governor's image. Lab results from the shirt reveal traces of brittle hair, usually from head trauma. Eleanor later reviews Rodney's bank statements and discovers he was working multiple jobs at once, meaning he was outsourcing labor to others. On live TV, a caller claiming to support the killer declares himself part of the Invisible Army. He threatens to attack the news anchor and his daughter. The FBI traces the call, leading them to a group of armed men. Eleanor and Mac go undercover in the store to monitor them, but tension rises and a shootout breaks out. Most of the men are killed, but one survivor shockingly reveals it was all a prank. There is no invisible army. The next day, Lamarck is accused of incompetence and stripped of his role. Along with Eleanor, devastated, Eleanor has a breakdown at home. Later that night, she confronts Rodney, who finally confesses he hired a man named Dean, tall, vegan, and matching the killer's description. Rodney helps draw a sketch, and the officers trace Dean to a slaughterhouse past where he once worked. They learn Dean suffered childhood head trauma after his father accidentally shot him. He grew up isolated, bullied, and once jailed for killing a co-worker who tormented him. Now he lives as a ghost, no ID, no address, no social security. Eleanor and Lamarck visit Dean's mother, Mrs. Posse, who reluctantly lets them inside. She reveals Dean was once a smart, happy kid, but after the head injury, he became bitter and broken. While Eleanor investigates, she notices a shed outside. Suddenly, Dean shoots Lamarck from the shed, killing him instantly. Mrs. Posse pleads with Eleanor not to move, reminding her to keep Dean alive. She goes outside to negotiate with her son, but when she refuses to surrender, she tragically takes her own life. Heartbroken, Dean comes inside and confesses to Eleanor that he hates society itself. After a tense conversation, he tells Eleanor to kill him in his sleep and burn his body. But before she can respond, a police car arrives. Believing she betrayed him, Dean knocks her out and ties her in the basement. Outside, police surround the house. Dean fights back, setting off explosions and shooting multiple officers. In the chaos, Eleanor escapes, biting Dean's neck to weaken him. Wounded, he walks outside and collapses in a field. Surrounded, he raises his gun one last time before police open fire, killing him. In the final scene, Eleanor meets with her superiors. They offer her a deal to stay silent so the FBI and governor get the credit. She refuses, demanding that Lamarck be posthumously honored with the Medal of Valor and his pension transferred to his spouse. She also insists on becoming a special agent. The superiors reluctantly agree. The movie ends with Eleanor working him home alone, still haunted by Lamarck's death. That was today's Cine Snap. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a story. Until next time, keep snapping into cinema.